Hello, how are you guys? My name is Susan Gay Nansumbe, a member of the United Pulse. I believe most of you are familiar with this guest. She is our founder, and today we are privileged because why? We are going to know more about it. So Anna, please tell us about yourself.
Hello everyone, I'm glad to be with you here. Again, my name is Annette Nasonko, and I'm a 24-year-old, a CEO of Chisache Industry. It's a pharmaceutical, a CEO of Downer Juice, if you have seen it somewhere, and again, a founder of United Pulse. I'm glad and blessed to be here with you today.
Yes, so I guess most of you have been wondering where did it start from? Why United Pulse? Probably another name, right? But Anna is going to tell us what triggered the idea of this organization.
First of all, United Pulse is an organization aimed at boosting the mental health of people. United Pulse was started in 20th October 2021. That's when we first had our first meeting. And actually, it was your girlfriend before. So as we went on, it was changed. It was your girlfriend, and we only had girls, or we were only dealing with the female gender. But then later on, we realized we can't do without the male gender. The male gender was left out, and it needed also to be helped in some way to create a better future or nation for the whole world.
So true. Most of the times I've realized women emancipation lives on the male gender, but I mean, we coexist with each other. So, mental health. I like that. So, tell us exactly why mental health. Is there something that happened to you and probably you felt like, I'm so stressed, depressed, I need to do something about this?
Actually, when you say mental health, it comes to my mind that most Ugandans, yes, I'll say Ugandans, not Africans, most Ugandans, when you talk about mental health, they usually ask you, Mukola kuba gwiba dalu? Yes, it's funny, but actually, mental health deals with the well-being of a person. Are you okay? Are you okay at work, at home, anywhere in your relationship? So I personally had gone through some hard time and experienced some hardships that made me reflect on my life as I was growing up, made me reflect on other people's lives. That's why our goals, the first one will be to mentor, comfort, and build the self-esteem of the female and the male gender. And then the second one is to break the generational gap between the female and the male gender. To break the generation gap between the parents and the children. So the first one, I noticed we go through hard times, but we never recognize, people never recognize that. You have these hard times and someone will tell you, hey baby, I've got a job. You will go through it.
Sure.
But then at times you need people to be there for you. You need people to stand there for you. You need people to comfort you. And the other thing is, as I was going through the stress, the depression, I tried to seek for counselors. And a counselor in Uganda, just one session paying 250, my dear. What happens to the people that are of a low class that cannot afford the 250? So I felt it wise getting such a thing for those people to make it free, to make it affordable for them. And also the parent thing, the growing up, the tension we had between our parents who are not free. As I was depressed, as I was stressed, there is no way I would go to my mother, my dad, and tell, you know what? It's this and this and this. So
I'm having boyfriend problems.
Exactly. It was so hard. So I felt like there is a way the generation needs to change. That's why we have United Pulse.
I think just to chip in, usually here in Africa, parents don't have that close relationship. So we seek help outside, from friends, media, whatever.
You are right, and at times we don't
end,
get the right help we need.
Okay.
At times misguided.
Yeah, so true. Usually in the end we do the worst of things just to feel okay, feel fine. But then I think talking to someone you know what's the best interest for you at heart would be the best place to be in. So you've talked about all these things. Are you free? Are you going to tell us what exactly you went through, or
I will talk about it briefly, but then I say we shall have our first burning come the end of June. We shall have our first burning. So if you at all want to know the story, go get up and just be part of us. But my experience, I'll first say, because I'll depend on the goals and everything. So what triggered was my relationship. I had this one person that I stayed with for almost 3.5 years. And everyone felt like they're going in for marriage.
True.
We were so tight, and out of the blue, everything changed. When everything changed, first, when you go into love, there is a way you try to cut yourself off from friends.
True.
From family, and you cover yourself with all around the person. So that's what happened with me. So now this person is saying it's no more.
And then
I was stressed for the first 2 months. I am saying anything. I'm sorry to say, I'm so sure my family knows nothing about it, but then I'm sorry to say I went through the things, and I would always be with family. I pray don't cry. I would always be with family, they would not recognize it. So I went through this the first 2 months. First, I was trying to lift Chisaji Industries. I was trying to help out my dad. I think we had just achieved the license from the NDA. And after we had just achieved and given positions and trying to now bring it up, and that's when everything messed up. I was mentally sick. I stopped working. Everything went down. Worst part is when...
Did you talk to him about all this?
Last part was when I found out I was pregnant. I think it was the worst part of everything.
Wow.
So
That must have
the
been
real depression started. Words were coming in from all ends. It was so stressing. I lost myself so much. My dad would always find me in different corners, crying.
At work? Okay.
But then he could not say anything. He could always just move away. But later on, exactly. But he usually leaves me to first settle, then he asks. But later on, someday he asked me, "What's up?"
What's going on?
I called him. So he's like, "You'll be fine." Because I was down, I was crying. Said, "You need to discover what your enemy is trying to fight you with. Step on it and lift it up." That was the genesis of United Powers. So I thought about it. I contacted my sister first. I thought I have an idea, and I wanted to build it. She was happy with what I shared. She just helped me build it. Then I talked to some other 5 people. We came up with something. But then all I can say to summarize it all is that I went through all this depression. I called friends, but then friends were not always available. There was one bestie I had. I knew she would always be around for anything. This time I called her. By the time she came, I had lost it. So even looking for counselors was hard. So by the time I reached out to Rachel, she told me she's going. Did I mention her name? Yeah. She told me, "I'm going to get you a counselor." But then by the time she forgot, by the time she recalled, it was too late for me. So, but surprisingly, on building all this, I remember I told you it was your girlfriend. But on building all this, he happened to come and he's like, "What's the thing of your girlfriend all about?" So I'm like, you wait for it, you'll see it. And he's like, and who sponsor that? Oh my god, it killed my vibe. I felt like I'm being banned. But then in the whole process, these were the triggering words that made me go up. Because when I tried to get to the person I can refer to as a brother, the other brother, not my own brother, but his brother, he asked me a question as he was trying to bring me up. When he was trying to, comfort me and everything. He said, those are normal cases that you usually go through, or we usually meet.
Okay.
Abasajja bulijjo basuulawo abaana, ekyo kya bulijjo, ffe tetwakula. So all these words triggered me to, we need to fix our generation. We need to do something about our generation. And guess what? United Pulse is the right thing. I feel we should do this. It's mental illness for me. It's your relationship at work, your relationship at home, your relationship with your boyfriend, and everything.
Wow, what a story. I believe you guys are intrigued, yeah? You want to know more, especially when she mentioned that part of her pregnancy. Probably you would imagine where are the kids now. But anyway, that will be for some other time. So I want to thank you so much, Anna, for sharing, especially those deep things that are attached to you.
People here talking about it.
Exactly, but we found God for you. And indeed, United Pulse is the way to go. Thank you for listening in.
Your relationship is our priority.